Hello, welcome once again to Lehto's Law. I'm Steve Lehto. Today's mail got something funny from New York. Now, here's the thing: I've talked about mail I get from people who watch the show, but what I'm talking about is an actual piece of mail I got from New York regarding my vehicle. And those of you who spent much time watching my videos know that about a month or so ago, I went to Geneva, New York, where I was a guest disc jockey at WLLW Classic Rock Station. And they're the ones, for instance, who gave me this really cool mug back here, which unfortunately is not always on camera these days because I'm running out of space behind me, but they're the wall where they shut up and rock. So I drove over there and did my thing and drove back. And I did the toll thing at the booths a couple different places. And then at one point in time, I have a vague memory now of driving over a big arching bridge and landing on a place called Grand Island, I believe. And as I recall, there was no toll booth, but there was some verbiage someplace about tolls. I remember this vaguely. The reason some of this is fuzzy is, number one, is a little while ago. And number two, I had just gotten my brand new Ford Explorer, so I was still learning this vehicle and all that kind of stuff. So I was enjoying the drive, and now that someone jogs my memory, it's like, oh wait, that's right. I seem to recall something somewhere that said toll by plate, meaning that they're going to snap a photograph of my plate as I zoom by, and then they're going to send me something, I presume, in the mail to pay a toll. And I got it in today's mail, and it's been a while. I could do the math on that, but I'm a busy man. Simpsons reference. And one of the things I have to tell you to the people of New York is that this toll by mail thing is stupid. It's just idiotic. Now, I'm not saying they shouldn't charge tolls. And I'm certainly not saying that they should put a toll booth there and slow everyone down and say, hey, pay the 50 cents or whatever it ought to be. But the problem I've got is that the toll that I'm being charged for crossing that bridge twice, once there and once back, I open this up and it's an envelope and I recognize it. It says Bridges and Tunnels, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey Payment Processing Center. And my first thought when I got this was this has got to be a hoax or a scam, because I thought I haven't been to New Jersey or the Port Authority, and I realized, oh wait, that's right. The Port Authority is probably not just the Port of New York or the Port of New Jersey. So I thought, okay, and then all of a sudden, oh wait a second, that's right. You've been to New York recently, the state of New York, which is a New York state of mind, right? So I thought, okay, that's interesting. So this could be a legitimate thing. Let's open it up and see what it says. So the first thing you get is the thing that says something in another language, which I do not speak, but English. Save up to 50% on this bill. Up to 50% on this bill if you go to Tolls by Mail, enter your bill number, license plate, click the Open an Easy Pass account, and blah, 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 blah. So if I opened up an Easy Pass account, I could save 50% on my bill, which is a grand savings of up to $1, because the entire bill I got was $2. But then in here it says convert to Easy Pass and save 10 cents on this bill. So I don't even get to save $1. I get to save 10 cents. And you know something? Don't get me wrong. I'm going to go to my desk. I'll cut a check for $2 and this whole ordeal will be over. But think about how inefficient this is, that they send me a bill about a month after I'm there. So most people are going to have forgotten they were there if they came from another state like I did. I actually got there from going through Canada, so it's really far away from me. But they sent me a letter that cost them 38 cents to mail. 38 cents to mail me a letter. Now, if they play their cards right, I'm going to be paying them $2. So that means that their net amount they're going to get from me is $1.62. I won't check my math on that, but I think I'm close. $1.62. So they're going to get $1.62 from me after deducting the money they've already wasted on postage. Unless, of course, I sign up for an Easy Pass and they get $1.52 because I could save 10 cents on the bill by signing up for an Easy Pass. Now, I suspect that if I have to sign up for an Easy Pass, they're going to want me to put a balance on it using a credit card so they'd actually, get me for some more money. And since I don't plan on going back anytime soon, it would serve me no purpose. So obviously I'm not going to be partaking in that. But the real thing I'm getting at here is it's not just $1.62 that they're getting from me. Because you see, it's going to cost me 55 cents to mail them the check. So once you take out the 55 cents I wasted and the 38 cents they wasted, the net profit on this transaction is $1.07. Now, I understand some people say, but Steve, some of that money's yours, some of that money's theirs. You can't do it that way. I'm simply talking about the cost to society, okay? And there's a concept called law and economics, where you study not just the law, but you study the economics of a situation. You sometimes look to see who bears which costs and so on. And so I'm simply stating that as far as the transaction goes, when the dust settles, okay, when the dust settles, yes, it'll have cost me actually $2.55 because that's my $2 check plus the 55 cents for the stamp. And it will have cost them $2 minus 38 cents. And so it's just that there's a lot of waste happening here. Okay, a lot of waste. And this all gets us back to the idea that apparently to cross that bridge, I did look for a summary of the charges, and there it is in the backside. It says here that I crossed northbound onto Grand Island, driving a Class 2L vehicle, whatever that might be, on June 27th. So this is actually well over a month ago. And I did one pass at 20:01 local time. And then on the way back, I passed at 0700 local time, again in my 2L vehicle, heading south, Grand Island. And so that's the bridge. I was right on that. They were kind enough to send me a photograph, I just realized. They sent me a photograph of the back of my vehicle, which is pretty cool that they got that photograph, considering that it was shot once in the dark and once in the morning light. But again, I don't know which of those two photos this might be because they presumably have both. I'm not disputing it's me. I'm not disputing it's me. I'm really pointing out the silliness of this, that you're going to mail somebody a letter in another state at the cost of 37 cents to yourself, 38 cents to yourself, and then expect them to mail you a check back at 55 cents to themselves, and all of this over $2. I can tell you right now that when you cross the Mackinac Bridge in Michigan, it's a 5-mile-long bridge, which, by the way, has some great scenery. I think it costs $3-4, depending on what you're driving and so on. So the idea that they charge you $1 to drive over this little bridge to Grand Island seems kind of blown out of proportion. But then again, I've heard things cost more in New York. So maybe that's it. So the solution here, not really sure what to tell you, but it just seems awfully wasteful to me. So there you have it. I'm going to go now and cut a check for $2, and I'm going to slap a 55-cent stamp on it, all for the privilege of crossing the bridge to Grand Island twice while I was in New York more than a month ago. More than a month ago. So again, it just seems to me a terribly inefficient way to handle things. But if you've got the answers or solutions, put them below. Otherwise, talk to you later. Bye-bye.